CORHIO is essentially a patient database, and I don't recall how many agencies in Colorado who are members of CORHIO, but I know that it's a good number. I want to say 30, 35 agencies, primarily facilities, patient care facilities, hospitals. And in our general region, the hospitals that we generally transport to, I'm able to log on to CORHIO's portal and get follow-up information and the data that I just discussed, patient demographics, billing information, that sort of data, which is in itself pretty darn helpful. Before, it was a bit difficult to get that data sometimes because I would have to call hospitals, and generally our receiving hospitals are pretty agreeable when we ask for that kind of information. But now I can just log on. It saves me a lot of time. I don't have to make phone calls. The data's there.
There are certain trends towards ways of doing business, ways of sharing data that, for rightly or wrongly, have taken root. And I think some of those are evolving, some of those are at the early stages of their adoption curve, and they'll either be improved or they'll be phased out. But from your conversations with other leaders regionally, do you feel like there's an understanding of the pros and cons of moving forward, for example, through a health information exchange, as opposed to a direct to care facility hard interface with something custom built, both in terms of cost, time, and sort of technological robustness? Is that something people are still learning about? Do you feel like that conversation is mature enough that people can have it with level head?
In this region, I don't believe that conversation is mature enough. As a matter of fact, just a few days ago, I talked to one of my colleagues at another agency, and I mentioned the cost, which, as far as CORHIO, the health information database, I was told, well, no, we get the hospitals get us all of our face sheets. We get all the billing information that we need. We don't want to pay an annual fee for that information because we already get it for free. And I don't think that they really grasped the continuity of care issue. I don't think that they really grasped the decrease in personnel hours over time that it cost, as opposed to being able to be integrated in a system that data is able to flow freely back and forth.